time to watch some anime. I do still need to come up with a recipe for this week. What should I do? Oh, that looks good. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this month's theme, we will be celebrating Adventurous April, where we will be making 5 dishes from around the world, specifically ones that I've never had before. So, for this week's episode, we will be finishing our travels around the world in Japan by making some Ichigo Daifuku. For this recipe, you will need 3/4 cup of mochiko or glutinous rice flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2/3 cup of water, and a 1/2 cup or so of cornstarch or potato starch for dusting. Then, for the filling, you will need 6 ripe whole strawberries and 1 cup of anko or red bean paste. You can use pre-made, but I will be showing you how to make it from scratch. So, for the homemade red bean paste, you will need 1 cup of dry red beans, 4 cups of water, 1 1/3 cups or so of sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. First, we will prepare the red bean paste. Soak the red beans overnight, or for at least 6 hours. Try to avoid soaking the beans for more than 24 hours to prevent them from sprouting. Then, once that's done, rinse and drain the beans, and then add your beans into a pot if it is not already in one, and then add your 4 cups of water. Bring this to a boil over medium-high heat, and once the water is boiling, bring the heat down to a simmer and cook the beans for 1 hour over low heat. Once that's done, drain the beans, return them to the pot, and add the 1 1/3 cups of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Cook this for 8 to 10 minutes over low heat and mash the beans while doing so to form a paste. You can use your spoon to do this, but if you have one, I definitely recommend using a masher. Though, don't worry if you can't get it mashed completely. Once it's ready, take the bean paste off the heat and add it to a food processor and give it a couple of pulses to further mash up the beans. This is definitely optional, but it gives it a better texture. And if you want to make it even smoother, you can also run it through a fine mesh sieve, but I like the small pieces of bean in my red bean paste, so I will leave it as is. This should be about 2 cups or so of red bean paste, so for your leftovers you can keep it refrigerated in an airtight container for about 3 days or so, or freeze it for 2 months. Next, for the daifuku, we will start by preparing the filling. Shape your cup of red bean paste into 6 balls and then place them in the freezer while we prepare the strawberries. This is optional, but it helps to firm up the paste some more to make it a bit easier to mold. Next, wash the strawberries and dry them completely, and then cut off the green tops. Then, grab your red bean paste from the fridge and then surround each strawberry with one of your red bean paste balls, making sure to leave the tip uncovered. Set these aside in the fridge if you prefer, while we prepare the dough. To a microwave-safe bowl, add your 3/4 cup of glutinous rice flour and a 1/4 cup of sugar, and then add the 2/3 cup of water and give it a mix until everything is combined. If you add all the water at once, it makes it harder to see if everything is mixed together, so I recommend instead to add the water a little bit at a time so that the flour gets mixed in completely. Once that's ready, cover the bowl with plastic wrap and microwave on medium setting for 2 minutes or on full power for 1 minute followed by another minute. When you remove the bowl from the microwave, it will be hot, so be careful. Remove the plastic cover temporarily to give it a mix with a silicone spatula, and then microwave it for an additional minute on medium power or 30 seconds on full. The mochi dough should now appear translucent and should be really sticky like so. If you don't have a microwave, you can also do this on the stove. Just heat the mixture on medium-low heat and continue to stir it until it looks translucent like before. Once your dough is ready, spread cornstarch or potato starch on a flat work surface. Dump the mochi dough onto the surface and dust it with some more cornstarch to keep it from sticking, and then divide it into 6 equal pieces. Using a rolling pin or your hands, Roll or stretch each piece until it is round and flat. Be careful as the dough will still be pretty hot. Place a red bean paste covered strawberry on each mochi piece with the tip facing down and wrap the mochi around it. Pinch the edges of the mochi closed and place the daifuku seam side down on a clean plate or tray. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect, as long as everything is sealed it should be fine. If the dough does tear, just pinch the area closed and it should be good to go. Then, when they're all ready, refrigerate it for 10 minutes or so to firm them up a bit, and your Ichigo Daifuku are ready to eat. I was trying to think of what dish I wanted to make for this last recipe for this month's theme, and I knew that I wanted to do a simple but unique Asian dessert that I hadn't had before, and I remembered that I had bought this recipe book called Oishiso, which has a bunch of Japanese desserts, specifically ones that have been in various animes. There were so many great recipes to choose from, but I finally settled on Ichigo Daifuku, or strawberry mochi, which is a very popular spring wagashi or Japanese confection. In fact, as seen in Season 2, Episode 3 of the anime that I was watching in the intro, Yuru Camp, because they are so popular, many confectionaries in Japan have people lining up before the store opens in order to order them, especially around New Year's, since mochi is supposed to represent good fortune and good health. I had never seen this anime before, and I had only known about it from the cookbook mentioning it, but from what I can tell, it's basically a slice-of-life anime about a group of friends who travel to various campsites across the country, and I guess they eat food a lot as well. From the one episode that I watched, it seems like it's actually based on real locations in Japan, which is super cool, and it definitely seems like an anime that I should check out. But back to the recipe, I also wanted to make one with red bean paste, since that's a very common ingredient in many different Japanese pastries that aren't as popular here in the West. Red bean paste, or anko, has an acquired taste if you're not used to it, so if you want, you are more than welcome to substitute it with another ingredient that pairs well with strawberries, such as matcha custard, or like in the anime, you can just omit it entirely. You can also substitute the strawberry for another fruit such as tangerine or kiwi, though I guess it wouldn't really be an Ichigo Daifuku anymore. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel.